Hi, next weather meteorologist Lisa Meadows. We are underneath a next weather alert for snow coming through. This storm system will be different than the last in a couple of ways. It's kind of a slow moving storm, so it's not bringing heavy snowfall rates and big travel impacts at once. It's more so dropping snow tonight, going through Saturday night on midnight. It's all going to be snow, and we're not dealing with as much of a wind issue. We are also focusing that next weather alert on southern Minnesota, as that is where we'll get most of the snowfall with the system. Most of the snow for the metro will be falling tomorrow afternoon and evening. We follow this storm system with some bitter cold temps Sunday, and it will stay cold as we go throughout next week. Here's where we have the winter weather alerts in place. So winter storm warning, that's the counties here in this red across the southern part of the state of Minnesota, I-90. That's where you're looking at snowfall amounts that'll be heaviest, 6 to 10 inches or so of snow. This goes into effect 6 p.m. tonight, and it does go through midnight, Saturday night, going into Sunday morning. That's what I'm talking about, a long duration of snow. So we're going to get that amount of snowfall in that window. Here's where we have the winter weather advisory in the purple, same time frame on that, and that does include the metro area, but less when it comes to the snowfall amount. Snowfall amounts should be lower than what we anticipate in the warning area, closer to the advisory area, and I'll show you that map here in a second. When it comes to the temps tonight, we do drop it down to the teens, down to 19 here in the Twin Cities, either the teens or the 20s, and then tomorrow cloud cover in place with the storm system, high temp only coming in at 24 for tomorrow, so it's going to be a cold one. Here's your next future radar. So snow pushes into southwestern Minnesota as we go throughout this evening. We continue to see that snow push in from west to east, especially across southern Minnesota. System is passing us by to the south as we go overnight into your Saturday. Now, Saturday morning, notice how this model and a lot of our models don't have the snow falling in the metro. So it's possible we get a lull in the activity for your Saturday morning. And then once we continue to go into Saturday afternoon, that's when we start to bring in the higher snow chances here for the metro. So notice about midday, once you get into the purples, that's more of the heavier snow versus the white, which is just maybe the cosmetic or the lighter snow. So once we go into Saturday afternoon, that's when we pull in a little bit of the higher snow chances here in the metro area, falling with that snow tomorrow afternoon going into tomorrow night, keeping with the snowfall across southern Minnesota. Then as we start to go Saturday night into Sunday morning, system starts to push out. We dry out from west to east. As we go into your Sunday morning, though, still keeping some of those snow showers lingering for locations of western Wisconsin. But again, the alerts, the winter weather alerts, our next weather alert also does expire at midnight going into Sunday morning. So snowfall amounts up to 10 inches across southern Minnesota. So do keep in mind, close to that I-90 corridor, we could be seeing up to 10 inches. Southern Minnesota, we're still going with, I would say, even 7 to 10 inches of snow here. Once you make your way into the metro area, this might even be on the higher side. I'm going with about 4 inches or so here in the Twin Cities region. And those snowfall amounts taper off as you head to the north. For locations like Alexandria and St. Cloud, we're talking lower end 1 to 2 inches of snowfall in those spots. I'll show you the forecast model spread for the Twin Cities specifically. You could see that 3 to 4 inch, what most of these models are coming in, so that gives you a good average of what we're looking at here with this system. When it comes to our feels like temps, that's the next big weather story after the snow. As we continue into tomorrow, keep in mind we're not only dealing with snow, but we're dealing with feels like temps that at the warmest get into the teens. Some locations, warmest feels like temps only into like those single digits. Then by Sunday morning, if you're up, headed out the door Sunday morning, feels like temps are below 0 off to the west, single digits with those feels like temps. And really that's kind of in play as we go throughout your Sunday. It'll just be a cold day. Next 7-day forecast does dry us out, by the time the snow exits Sunday morning, but again, your high's 19. High only in the teens Monday. By the time we start to go into Tuesday and Wednesday, highs here in the 20s, so it gets a little bit better, but still very cold. And then we have another front that comes through. This one looks to be predominantly dry, but it could bring those temperatures down once again. So highs for next week basically in the 20s, and then we'll watch for another snow chance for the latter part of the work week.